Hi everybody, it's time for a small project with Decoupage Queen today. I'm Sabine, I'm the owner and creative person from Vintage Designer, and I'm distributor wholesaler for Decoupage Queen as well here in Europe. I'd like to use today the design 253, which is SANDRIA. It's a lovely warm brown green colors with nice flowers in the middle. We also have some letters on it, so it will be fixed, as you can see here in the middle, and afterwards I will prepare it then with some Maya Memories milk paint, or maybe I will use something from our mango paint, chalk paint. What do I need for the Decoupage Queen, which is a very high quality? It's a rice paper, it's not a decoupage paper. I already told you in one video the difference between rice and decoupage paper, which you can see here with the white feather in it. And therefore it's necessary to have a white underground, otherwise you will have it on the top side and nobody wants to have it. This color, I think you fixed as well, because it's a cream color and it has some dark in between, but that doesn't make sense for it. This is dark as well in the underground, so we will see them on the top. First thing I am doing is I will cut my lines. You can do it by scissor, which looks very, how you call it, straight. So I'd like to do it this way, just make it wet at the end of the paper. All the way around, so that you just need to have your fingers now to cut it. For this, to do it like this way, it's also bad, because then you have it not in line directly, which if you are not working well with the color afterwards you are using to make all the corners and lines, then you have it more, yeah, vintage shabby style, as it should look like. As you can see here, it's a SANDRIA 235, which you'll find on the page from decoupagequeen.com, and then find your retailers wherever you're watching from. Have a look through. If you don't find one, make an inscription asking. We will show you then, or give you the person getting in contact who is serving your country. I will do it then the whole line now. So I have done this already. I will prepare it a little bit more here, because it still has some white paper in it. So I have my fingers small down here, and the underground has to be clean, and you have to put an decoupage glue on it. You should have a decoupage glue. No other glues would fix and hold the paper on the surface you're doing. Decoupage Queen also is at the moment one of the only company who has sizes from A4 to A0, which is over 1 meter 30 by A5 or something like that. But you can find it out if you Google the size. Also, they are standing on the decoupagequeen.com site, that you know the measurements from the 8 papers. You see, the beginning is more work than it will be at the end with the finishing, because then you just have to put the glue on the surface. Here is the tablet. I will do this tablet again for my mom. She has a balcony upstairs. No, downstairs. And with a nice table on it, so she can put all their nice strings and whatever she will have with me or just on her own. As you can see, I will turn it this way around. It doesn't make sense which way I'm using. And I don't want to have these overlapping so much, so I'm go a little bit more here in this line to make it wet as well, because then this we will fix with the color. This size I'm using here, just to give you more information about it, it's an A3. And now I'm using our Viva Decor decoupage glue, which is produced in Germany, so a German product. You can find it on our page vintage-designer.eu on decoration items. I'm always using two different kind of brushes. The first one I use for the glue. Don't worry if you're going more over the side, because when it's dry it has no color anymore, it's just transparent. So I just lay it down, and that's a good thing. If you lay it down, you just take your fingers or your hands up to the end. I have a nice overlapping here. This is what I wanted. I'm happy about it, but I did it like this, because then I can cover it later on with the color of my choice. And now, if you want to be sure that everything is fine, you can have a dry brush now and just go over and fix it in the corners. And be careful that it's not so wet. Just leave it for a while, and then you can directly seal it, for example, with the rest of the brush. But I'm always like this person, I'd like to dry it a little bit more and go later on then with the sealer or a top coat, whatever you are using or what you have at home. So I go further now. I didn't seal it at the moment because I'd like to have it dry. but I already can cover the rest what I wanted. For me it really looks like interesting with the outside color with the cream, so I put my choice for a couple of colors from our antique paint from Maya's Memories. That's chalk paint with a little bit of lime, including, so we have, and sand, so we have a very good, how you call it, not a cream color, but with some of more pigments. And what I'm always doing is when I shake the small cans, I'm always put a little bit from the top, because there are sometimes enough in it. And if you are doing it like this with more colors, please do me a favor and always take first some different brushes. You will never have a color like which is on the design, so you have to mix something. Here we are mixing cappuccino with driftwood and sandalwood, which comes, I think, or will come very good together. I do more from this lighter color because I think it will fix better to what we are having there. I'm not using the I think I should not use the dark one because we are really closing to that, or maybe just a little bit to have a try. We will start just with this what we have and go later on maybe with another color which fits more to this green one, like this for example. Yeah, it turns out a little bit darker. Now I mixed everything together and we are coming close to it, as you can see. So it was a good choice to make everything together. We will mix it now and just leave it a bit like this here. Maybe we will put also some green one in it. I will have a look if I have a green one left. Why not? The eucalyptus with brown. We will see if that will fix the bit. And as you can see, it goes a little bit more in this color. And I think we will do it also a little bit more with the darker one. Here we are. And now it starts to become not easy to find out this color for this long, that it fixed for the whole piece. But that looks great for me. And as you can see, don't use always just brown and beige. You have to put also some green or blue, whatever you need for it. Later on you also can put, for example, brown wax on it. Here we are a little bit more in the green, so not the same, but I will cover it first with the rest I have. And have there too much, so I can put some away. And there we have to go over with the lighter one. That is for sure. So that is a little bit of playing now. Sometimes you need lots of colors to get the right one, but that is the way, or that is something what I really like, just to play a bit. So therefore we need also a lighter one. So I will try powder pink. Why not? Powder pink is something maybe which fits to the roses. And we are still with the Maya's Memory Antique paint. That's fixed perfectly here on this side. And if you don't want to have it like this, I'm sometimes getting my, how you call this in German, it calls folia, kitchen So you have another structure on it. What the pity is that we are going a little bit over the letters, but I think that we don't mind. For the rest, it keeps away a little bit of the 100% color, and you can, oops, it was a paper from the rest, but that is something you can keep away, this deepness of the color, and the underground comes a little bit more in between. So we don't want to have the flavor on it. So you see it is a little bit more, it comes together a little bit more. And if you don't want to have it on the line, you just make your fingers wet and get some water on it. That are some nice tricks. Also to go to the end, but at least from inside to outside. Don't have it so much in line. And then you can play a little bit better later on again with some darkness. And that's what I told you. If it's wax or it is, you see the combination goes now a little bit better. Just to pick up some nice colors. And you can also have a kitchen towel or something. I just had it left here from the decoupage can. And now you feel better and comfortable when you are with this. It's just what I told you. You just have to try out. Nothing will be perfect at this time, because it's yeah, to have to find out the colors. I mean, there is no typical color for one product of one design. You have to mix everything. And maybe let it dry once with a dryer. Because I know from the antique paint, and that is a nice one, it will come up a little bit more lighter. So that you know which, with this kind of color you'd like to go a bit more further. And for this, that it was now dry. Of course, you will have the same result as I had before, so I make it a little bit more wet again. And then you see what's coming up. If it's wet, you can play better with it. And now a little bit more of the brown one. But you see, it will take the time, and then it will be perfect. And already you can't see any ends from the paper. So I need to have my small water pistols and not using my fingers. But if you have nothing at home like this, for example, then you can do also with your fingers. Don't worry about it. You have to look like this when you are preparing something, so you are creating and you are not, how you call it, make something perfect. So just to explain you the finishing what I did, because yeah, the camera was full last time. I have done now the blending, tried to make the same colors, and I was using later on now our Mango Paint Antique Wax, which is a dark one, and I put it with a brush on the sides. When you are waxing, depends on the wood you are using, you have to do it this way and also encircle afterwards, that it can go deeper through the between the wood. So that is what I have done. And also on the sides, as you can see, to give it a little bit more touch of an old looking. And that was the video to show you how you create a small tablet with a nice Decoupage Queen Paper. This one was 235 SANDRIA. And yeah, wish you thanks for watching and talk soon. Bye bye.